At the concluding day of year 2023, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared his thoughts with the citizens of India and abroad in the 108th episode of Mann Ki Baat.
It's the last episode of Mann Ki Baat in the year 2023. Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared his thoughts with the countrymen, saying it's just like meeting our family members. Speaking about the significance of number 108, he said in Indian society, importance and sanctity of 108 is a matter of in-depth study.
मन की बात यानी आपके साथ मिलने का एक शुभ अवसर और अपने परिवारजनों के साथ जब मिलते हैं तो वो कितना सुखद होता है, कितना संतोषदायी होता है। मन की बात के द्वारा आपसे मिलकर मैं यही अनुभूति करता हूं और आज तो हमारी साझा यात्रा का ये 108वां एपिसोड है। हमारे यहाँ 108 अंक का महत्व, उसकी पवित्रता एक गहन अध्ययन का विषय है। माला में 108 मन के, 108 बार जप, 108 दिव्य क्षेत्र, मंदिरों में 108 सीढ़ियां, 108 घंटियां, 108 का ये अंक असीम आस्था से जुड़ा हुआ है। इसलिए मन की बात का 108वां एपिसोड मेरे लिए और खास हो गया है। और ये कितना सुखद संयोग है कि कल का सूर्योदय 2024 का प्रथम सूर्योदय होगा। हम वर्ष 2024 में प्रवेश कर चुके होंगे। आप सभी को 2024 की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
The Prime Minister also thanked 1.4 billion Indians for showing strength and dedication to achieve milestones. He also said that today, India is filled with self-confidence and self-reliance.
इसी साल नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम पास हुआ, जिसकी प्रतीक्षा बरसों से थी। बहुत सारे लोगों ने पत्र लिखकर भारत के 5वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बनने पर खुशी जाहिर की। अनेक लोगों ने मुझे G20 समिट की सफलता याद दिलाई। 2024 में भी हमें इसी भावना और मोमेंटम को बनाए रखना है। दिवाली पर रिकॉर्ड कारोबार ने ये साबित किया कि हर भारतीय वोकल फॉर लोकल के मंत्र को महत्व दे रहा है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also recalled the success of Chandrayaan 3 and said that India is proud of their scientists and especially the women power behind its historic landing. As India conquers the moon, the Prime Minister also mentioned India's triumph over the world of cinema.
जब नाटू को ऑस्कर मिला तो पूरा देश खुशी से झूम उठा। द एलिफेंट विस्परर्स को सम्मान की बात जब सुनी तो कौन खुश नहीं हुआ। इनके माध्यम से दुनिया ने भारत की क्रिएटिविटी को देखा और पर्यावरण के साथ हमारे जुड़ाव को समझा।
The Prime Minister reiterated that if India tries to achieve something with firm determination, then no one can stop it from being the lead. Bureau Report, DD India.
The Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, is set to launch another PSLV or Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. C-58 ExpoSat mission is scheduled to be launched from the Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota on 1st of January 2024. The PSLV will launch ExpoSat satellite and 10 more payloads. ISRO says this will be India's first dedicated polarimetry mission to study the dynamics of bright astronomical X-ray sources in extreme conditions. 25 hours countdown has begun. Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave an interview to the India Today group. He said the consensus in the world is clear that the moment belongs to India. PM Modi highlighted the human-centric development in global agenda. He also said that semiconductor mission should have started 30 years ago. The Prime Minister said the people of India trust in the Modi guarantee. Here's our report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave an interview to the India Today media group on Friday. He covered topics that range from domestic politics to the Indian economy to India's stature in global affairs. the Prime Minister said that the world consensus is clear. This is India's moment. India's rapid ascent in 2023 has been very important as it sets the tone for our journey to Viksit Bharat. We've unleashed the latent potential of our nation. In global forums, India's presence and contributions are now sought after. From a country that used to feel left behind, we have become a country that is now leading from the front. Prime Minister Modi said India focused on human-centric development while chairing the G20 for most of 2023. He said the G20 has emerged stronger and more purposeful during India's presidency, shaping the global agenda more effectively. Our G20 presidency came at a time of multiple and interlinked global challenges. I am happy that we were able to put the focus on human-centric development in the global agenda. We got the developed and developing world to forge a consensus. We revitalized multilateralism. Developing countries in particular have been significantly impacted by slowing global growth, rising debt, climate change, and geopolitical conflicts. Our presidency became a platform to provide a rightful place to the Global South in shaping the global narrative. The induction of the African Union as a permanent member of the G20 in New Delhi was a landmark decision that has given voice to 55 African nations. The G20 summit took place in New Delhi on September 9 and 10 this year. During the presidency, India focused on issues like inclusive growth, digital innovation, climate resilience, and equitable global health access. Brazil now holds the presidency after India. The Prime Minister said that semiconductor mission should have been started 30 years ago. The semiconductor mission is something we should have started 30 years back. We are already late. Our people have tremendous abilities, be it in research or design. India has all the prerequisites to achieve success in the field of semiconductors. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the Modi guarantee is not mere words, but the result of his decades of hard work. It is an expression of sensitivity towards society. When I talk about the guarantee, I bind myself to it. It doesn't let me sleep. It propels me to work harder. It leads me to give my everything for the people of the country. So please don't look for a dictionary meaning of guarantee. Only someone who has experienced a life of poverty understands that the greatest force propelling the poor person forward in life is their trust, their hope. This faith of the poor is what keeps me going. PM Modi addressed various facets of India's economy, including job creation, infrastructure growth, and artificial intelligence. It is well known that investments in infrastructure have a large multiplier impact on growth and employment. Hence, we have constantly increased capital investment outlay. The budget of 2023-24 has increased it steeply to 10 trillion rupees from 1.9 trillion rupees in 2013-14. We will be working on our own computing power in large indigenous language models, keeping in mind the diversity of Indian languages and our needs. This leadership in technology also requires a shift in mindsets. Today, from classrooms to boardrooms, we are ensuring the focus is on innovation and easy availability of capital along with progressive and stable policies. Remember, today's innovation is tomorrow's industry, and it is industry that brings investment and income growth. The Prime Minister said his track record speaks for itself. While he was Chief Minister of Gujarat, the state economy grew from $26 billion in 2001 to $133.5 billion in 2014. It is currently around $260 billion. Similarly, India's economy was $2 trillion in 2014. It is now over $3.75 trillion. He described this as his track record of 23 years. Hence, achieving a $5 trillion economy is a realistic target. Evaluating my journey through a single year may not give a correct picture because there is a progressive unfolding of my vision and plans. When I start something, I know the end point. But I never announce the final destination or blueprint in the beginning. So, what you see today is not what I've worked on. A far bigger picture will unfold finally. I work on a big canvas. Like an artist, I start from one point, but at the time, the final picture can't be seen. The Prime Minister said the next 25 years are crucial for the nation, and he sees optimism among people to make India a developed country by 2047. He said that the BJP is the natural choice of the people in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, and there is a consensus among the citizens that the country doesn't need a Mili-Juli Sarkar or a coalition government. Bureau Report, DD India.
Well, a dense fog will blanket many parts of India in the coming days. Very dense fog conditions will prevail in parts of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh from 30th of December to 4th of January 2024. Red alert has been issued again for Delhi, Haryana, Chandigarh and Punjab. Dense fog conditions are very likely to prevail for few hours in states of Orissa, Bihar, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Tripura from 31st of December to 2nd January 2024. Amid the excitement to bid goodbye to year 2023, on Sunday, India's national capital, New Delhi's police has issued an advisory to ease overcrowding on New Year's Eve. According to the advisory issued, exit from Rajiv Chowk metro station will not be allowed from 9 p.m. onwards on 31st of December. Entry of passengers will be allowed till the departure of last train from Rajiv Chowk metro. Commuters are requested to plan their journey accordingly. Metro services on rest of the metro network will continue to remain available as per regular timetable. Delhi police conducted a vehicle check in the various areas of Indian national capital ahead of New Year celebrations on Saturday. Security is heightened in this time of year with barricades put up in strategic areas as well. All right, and DD India correspondent Akshay Dongre joins us for more. Akshay, now how did the Delhi police conduct vehicle checks in preparation for New Year celebrations?
Well, this is in fact a modus operandi as far as these kind of special days are concerned for the Delhi police to go and intensify the security arrangements across the national capital. As in when these kind of events approach, the Delhi police intensify security checks, especially given the fact that a large crowding takes place in certain areas of the national capital, like Connaught Place, the southern part of the national capital, the malls, the places where people will be going to celebrate New Year's. There, to avoid traffic congestions, issues to the commuters, as well as to ensure that traffic runs smoothly and the security is being provided to all the people who are going out of their homes to celebrate New Year. The Delhi police has made elaborate arrangements, and there are certain arrangements that have been made to the public transportation system as well to ensure that people, and an announcement have been made to ensure that the people are aware of all the changes. For example, the one you have stated about the Rajiv Chowk metro, that is the biggest metro station in the heart of the national capital, that will be shut after 9 p.m. onwards. People will not be allowed to exit from there. However, people can still go inside the metro station because there will be a lot of people that go to Connaught Place for New Year celebrations, and there can be overcrowding in those places as well. The second thing about the weather conditions, they are likely to play a spoiled sport because the IMD has issued a red alert for
okay, I'll come to that, Akshay.
Well,
Akshay, I'll come to that. I'll come to that. I just want to know first that what specific areas in the Indian national capital were targeted during the security checks?
Well, it has been all around the national capital, and as I mentioned, the area surrounding Connaught Place, the southern part of Delhi, Vasant Kunj, Greater Kailash, Qutub institutional areas, Qutub Minar, the monuments, the popular monuments, archaeological monuments that where tourists go a lot. Those are the areas where the security checks have been rather more intense.
Okay. Now, Akshay, how are officials ensuring the safety of public during New Year celebrations in light of these security measures?
Well, the checks of the cars, as you had mentioned, that is one of the mode of ensuring that the people are secure, issuing advisories to people, that is to ensure that people do not face inconvenience as and when they commute, as and when they go out, security checks, ensuring that there is no overcrowding at these popular spots, proper traffic advisories, as well as the IMD is also issuing advisory as far as the weather conditions are concerned to ensure that people remain safe.
Okay. Now, Akshay, coming on to what you are saying, could you just elaborate a bit in detail that what specific measures are being taken in response to the red alert that has been issued in Delhi, Haryana, Chandigarh and Punjab amid dense fog? You also mentioned that it will likely to play spoil sport.
Well, because a lot of people commute from and to Delhi using the highways, and we have seen in the past few days that the fog has been so thick that it has led to it has led to accidents as well. It has led to piling up of cars in several instances. So that is why the advisory has been issued. People have been advised to be cautious when they travel, to adhere to traffic rules, to ensure that they drive in speed limits, and when there are thick foggy conditions, they have also been advised to be very, very cautious as and when they drive. Then we have also a delaying of trains that has taken place in the past, delaying of flights that can in fact play a spoil sport, but that remains to be seen that how the train system, the railway system, as well as the airport authorities ensure that the flights and the trains take off on time.
All right, we leave it there. Thank you so much, Akshay, for your analysis. And tourists and residents flocked India's Puducherry ahead of New Year's. Security was also heightened as police conducted checks in hotels and other areas to ensure safety. The popular destination sees people from across the world gather and welcome the New Year. People from around India share what their resolutions are for the New Year. Take a look.
I think there is some positive outlook around India, and India is growing very rapidly. So, like, looking forward to 2024, and I hope that it's a prosperous year for all of our citizens. And I wish you all a very happy New Year. Thank you so much.
My New Year resolutions are to work on myself, obviously, to be a better person, to help your neighbor, to spread love at home first, to forgive people. Forgiveness is very important. And yes, health is also very important. So I'm a gym-going person, and this New Year I strive to work even more harder at the gym because health is wealth.
Amidst the preparations of New Year celebrations, thousands of tourists arrived in northeastern city of Shillong, known as India's Scotland of the East. Residents and tourists gathered on the banks of the country's cleanest river to welcome the New Year 2024.
We came here to the Shillong for the first time, to the northeast actually. So we wanted to have a quality time this New Year. We don't believe in resolutions and stuff, but rather than making memories.
Yeah, we are enjoying because we can see the panoramic beauty and the scenic beauty. Even the lively and exotic beauty is really mesmerizing. So we are enjoying. So definitely next time we'll do visit again.
No New Year resolutions.
Not to keep any resolutions whole year.
Right now my New Year resolution is just to settle my career, as after my baby I stopped it.
I will be fitter from this year.
No resolution, just to stay fit for the whole year.
Shillong is geared up to welcome 2024. The whole city is decked up with different colors, the color of happiness, the color of hopes. Every place is crowded, whether they are malls, streets. People are exchanging good wishes. They are going to their friends, their relatives. They are throwing parties. They are attending concerts. They are making resolutions for their health, for their education, for their families, for their society, and most important thing is for humanity. With camera person Gaurav, this is Rama Tyagi for DD India from Shillong.
And still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Massive waves hit coast of USS California. Stay with us to know more. Manchester City ends a year with thrilling 2-0 win against Sheffield United.
As we ready to ring in the new year, 2023 will go down in history as having signaled to the world a more confident, a more assertive India that seeks to leverage its growing clout to push for a more inclusive, a more even world order. We take a look at India's journey in 2023 as it took center stage on the global rostrum. Watch India at the global center stage at these times, only on DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Russia has accused Ukraine of deadly airstrikes on the Russian provincial capital of Belgorod on Saturday. Russia said 20 people, including 2 children, had been killed and 111 injured in indiscriminate strikes and vowed to retaliate. Taking to his social media post, regional governor urged all the residents to move to air raid shelter as sirens sounded around the city. The Belgorod region had suffered shelling and drone attacks all year that authorities have blamed on Ukraine. An urgent meeting of the UN Security Council in New York was held on Saturday at Russia's request. UN Security Council addresses civilian toll from Ukrainian and Russian strikes. During the meeting, Assistant Secretary General Khaled Khiari said that attacks on Belgorod city center reportedly resulted in damage to civilian infrastructure, including the regional government office and the Medical College of Belgorod State University. At the same time, he said Ukrainian authorities reported new overnight Russian drone attacks targeting the Kherson region.
During the Russian Federation's large-scale attack on Ukraine yesterday, which at the last count killed at least 39 Ukrainian civilians, has further escalated overnight. According to the Russian authorities, as a result of Ukrainian missile and rocket strikes on the city of Belgorod, which lies 30 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, at least 18 civilians, including 2 children, were reportedly killed. At least 100 others, including 15 children, were reportedly injured.
And massive waves hit the coast of US's California on Saturday, prompting officials to issue evacuation orders. Authorities also warned residents to stay off beaches and coastal roadways. The National Weather Service in Los Angeles forecast flooding in low-lying coastal areas along with heavy rains. Waves as high as 20 feet could wreak havoc on waterside homes in vulnerable communities along much of the California shoreline. The Times Square New Year's Eve Ball was tested on Saturday before the famous countdown to welcome 2024. The New Year's Eve Ball, covered in crystal triangles, is 12 feet in diameter and weighs 11,875 pounds. The event will feature live performances by Florida, Paul Anka, Megan Thee Stallion, LL Cool J, among others. Brazil's city Rio de Janeiro is ready for a fireworks display, which will be the centerpiece of one of the world's biggest New Year Eve parties to welcome the year 2024. Some 2 million people are expected to gather on the Copacabana beach on December 31st. A meteor blazed across the night sky over the English city of Birmingham on Saturday. The dazzling moment was captured on a doorbell camera. On to sports now. 3 Indians, D. Gukesh, R. Pragnananda and Vidit Gujarati will compete in the 8-man candidates tournament. India's Gukesh D secured his spot after Anish Giri failed to finish at the top of the standings in the FIDE World Blitz tournament in Uzbekistan. Gukesh's qualification means that for the first time in history, 3 Indians, Pragnananda and Vidit, being that other 2 will compete in the round-robin tournament. The winner of the candidates gets the chance to take on China's Ding Liren in the next World Chess Championship. The prestigious candidates tournament will take place in Toronto from April 2nd to 25 next year. In English Premier League, defending champions Manchester City ended a stellar year on a high note by beating a battling Sheffield United side 2-0 on Saturday. Rodri gave City an early breakthrough when he lashed on to Phil Foden's neat pass and fired into the bottom corner of net from the edge of the area. The Blades' back defence meant City had to wait to add a second, but Foden was a provider again when it arrived midway through the second half. With his low cross dispatched by Julian Alvarez, the victory leaves Manchester City perfectly positioned in the title race, just 2 points off Liverpool. Cole Palmer scored a couple of goals and Chelsea survived a late fight back to beat Luton Town in 3-2 in Premier League on Saturday. The England forward stuck in each half at Kenilworth Road and provided the assist as Noni Madueke also got on the score sheet. But late goals from Ross Barkley and Elia Adebayo set up a nervy finish for manager Mauricio Pochettino's team as Luton threatened an unlikely comeback. Chelsea has now won back-to-back games in league for the first time since October in what has been a troubled first season in charge for Pochettino. The win also ended a run for 4 straight defeats away from home. All right, and that's all for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.